Hello everyone, welcome to this 一语道破. Today we will discuss about the misinformation and the false claims repeatedly spread by US President Donald Trump regarding the tariffs. These inaccurate assertions has misled public understanding. Clarifying these flawed and unprofessional claims can help dispel unnecessary panic and foster a clear, more accurate grasp of the real story of these events. Below are 10 typical misinformations Trump said about these tariffs, compiled from the reports by the mainstream media. The first, tariffs are paid by the foreign countries. Trump persistently claimed that the cost of tariffs is paid by exporting nations. However, economists agree on just the opposite side. They say that these tariffs cost primarily fall into consumers and the business in importing countries, driving up prices. During Trump's previous terms, more than 90% of the cost from his tariffs were shouldered by U.S. importers and retailers. Yet Trump just continued to refuse to acknowledge the reality, doubling down on the policy already proven ineffective. Second, tariffs reduce trade deficit. Trump argued that tariffs could shrink in U.S. trade deficit, but the data shows, however, that the deficit remained largely unchanged despite his tariff policies. Third, tariffs don't harm U.S. jobs. Trump said that tariffs protected American jobs. In reality, industry reported that tariffs disrupted global supply chains, violate market principles, and raise production costs, and led to layoff and job losses, exactly the opposite of his claims. Fourth, tariffs revive U.S. manufacturing. Trump claimed that tariffs would incentivize companies to bring production back to the United States. Yet many firms state that the tariff increasing the cost, eroding the competitiveness. Reviving industry back to the United States requires infrastructures, supply chains, engineering, and skilled labors, none of which tariffs can address. 5. Tariffs can have minimal economic impact. The Trump administration downplayed the tariffs' economic harms. Economists warned, however, the prolonged trade war will risk slowing growth or even triggering recessions, a grave concern given the challenges now facing the United States economies by 2025. After tariffs wiped $5 trillion from the U.S. stock markets, Trump likened his policies to medicine, surgeries, and healing economies. In fact, his approaches resemble necklace overdoing, self-inflicted wounds like slashing an arteries as bloodletting or cutting off one's head to cure the headache. 6. Tariffs guarantee victory. Trump framed the tariffs as a magic bullet, assuming trade partners would automatically capitulate to United States demands. This wishful thinking ignored the realities. Countries retaliate with counter-tariffs, leaving Trump unprepared and lashing out in frustrations. 7. The tariff policies are transparent. The Trump administration say that transparency continue to insist that his decision-making process to deliver these tariff policies is transparent. But media reports, however, reveal chaotic policy makings, shifting rationales, revenues generations, the reshore manufacturing, manipulating stock market to pressure the Fed, and so on. And no has a clear, without a very clear guidelines. The result leading to a global market turmoil in which no one can say they have a win or other victories, but United States may be the worst one. The tariffs don't cause inflation. The Trump denied the tariffs' inflationary effect. Analysis prove just on the opposite side. The tariff raised import prices, fueling inflations. Supermarkets can even saw that Trump premium labs. Ironically, his MAGA base, which most vocal supporters bore the heaviest cost. A political cartoon depicted Trump shooting his own feet into honeycombs, a metaphor for self-sabotage. 9. Tariff protect national security. Trump justified steel and aluminum tariffs as vital for national security. The critics countered that these rationales are baseless and damage allies. National security become a catch-all excuse, slapped onto policies like banning aid misabled to the allies. 10. Tariff enjoyed broad support. Trump claimed that widespread backing for his tariff agenda. In truth, aside from his fringe advisor Peter Navarro, most industries, economics, and policymakers just opposed these measures, warning of bad consequences, and his strongly resolve was less leadership than stubborn defiance of overwhelming criticisms. The U.S. and global financial markets have paid dearly for Trump's rhetoric and actions by dispelling these misses, and with China and other countries pushing back against his tariff bullies. We hope the world's trade and financial systems can finally return to a stable, rational development.